All right, good morning. One more. All right, good morning. Fight Fearless. Fight Fearless. This morning, we're going to be focusing on Bhavana. This is Bhavana 1. And for those of you that don't know what Bhavana is visualization. Because I know a lot of people don't know Sanskrit. So in Sanskrit, Bhavana means visualization. So we're going to do just a general practice of imagining your future. We won't go too far into the distance because in terms of time and space, keeping it close to home sometimes is better, but also reaching out as far as you can in your limits of your mind's eye. So today's topic is focusing the mind's eye. I think that's first in terms of visualization, in terms of using the mind and using your third eye. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to basically start by seated breathing, focusing on our mind. We'll focus on our third eye. So we'll focus on the mid eyebrow and try to enhance this energy in our mind by breathing and focusing inward into this third eye point. We are able to tap into the pineal gland, which can help to release natural forms of DMT. But yeah, I won't go too far into that. This is God force. Natural forms of DMT. What am I saying? They say that the DMT, the molecule, when we go to sleep, when we dream, our melatonin, the release of serotonin, the chemical release of hormones in our body, all of that is activated by our Shen energy, or our mind's energy, universal energy, our connection to the universe, our higher self, which is about 6 feet above us or so. In terms of our heart's aura and our frequency, and the frequency that we're emitting and the frequency that we're in relation to the world. So all of that's changing by our mind's eye. And so if we're able to focus our mind's eye on one particular point, one focal point, then we're able to get there much faster. Like what do they say? It's like the law of physics or gravity. It's like a straight point. The fastest point to a point is straight to it, right? So we need to focus our mind and do practices on being able to hold concentration, especially in times like right now, where you're so distracted to what's on your phone, or flip into the next channel. People flip on here and flip off, flip on, flip off. So, what else are they flipping on and flipping off? What are you flipping on and flipping off all day long, looking on your phone and just constantly, notice myself, I wake up and I just download. It's like our minds are so in habit of downloading, but in terms of creating, and that's what we're going to do with this practice, this bhavana, is creating our future. And so I want to keep this as general as possible, and I'm just saying focusing your mind. So today, Bhavana 1 is let's focus our mind. Let's focus our mind's eye. Let's breathe into the pituitary gland, pineal gland, between the mid eyebrow, the third, back here, and it's at the top of the spine. So the spine comes up, cerebral spinal fluid. When we're doing all these meditations, these other pranayamas that we've been doing, we're pulling up the spine, the qigong, the microcosmic orbit, and using the cranial pump to pull up. You're pulling up into the pineal gland, and we're circling through the brain to help decalcify, to help kind of chisel away at all this fluoride from our toothpaste, fluoride from our water, fluoride, and calciums, and all those hard, heavy metals that are in our brain and that are giving us dementia in later years. So yeah, a lot of stuff, in terms of your physical health, your parents' health, your children's health. It's all mental, physical, spiritual. But yeah, so again, a lot of stuff to talk about. So stay tuned, subscribe with us on YouTube for the podcast. But let's get into the practice for today. So we want to inhale. We'll inhale into our belly first. We'll pull up the pelvic floor. I want you to feel it, that come up to the crown of the head. Open up the occiput at the back of the head. Circle, and we'll just circle. You can circle with your eyes. Roll your eyes to the top of your head, and just kind of focus on your pineal gland. Focus on that center point of the brain. And then we'll go from there. We'll do a couple deep breaths. We'll breathe a few times into the brain. I want you to try to maybe expand out the head. Maybe we'll use our hands. You can rub your hands together right now as we're seated. Maybe you're stretching your hips. You can start to open up the hips. Breathe into your lower belly. Switch directions. Inhale forward, so you're breathing into the back, opening up the belly. Exhale, pull the belly in as you lean back. Lengthen through the crown of the head, open up the back and the shoulders. All right, cool. Got that kind of opened up. Let's open up the ribs. Inhale, arms up. Exhale off to one side. Exhale, lean forward, touch the floor. Inhale, open up, look up. Breathe into the palms, to the heart meridians, the inner arms, lung meridians at the top. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, flat back, come up. Inhale, arms up. Smiling, feeling light. Exhale off to the other side. Pull the belly in, touch the floor. Inhale, rotate, look up. Press through the thumb, lung meridians of the thumb. Look down and away, so you're stretching the top of the shoulder. Bring your arm down. Inhale, look up, palm up. Breathe into that rib cage. Exhale, look down, hand down to the floor. Nose to knee, forehead to knee, and come to the forward front, forward fold, side to side. Inhale, rotate the neck. A couple more times. Keep your arms out in your forward fold, but rotate your neck. Inhale, look up. Keep your hands down. Exhale, look down. And now I'm just doing some extra stretches here to begin. But to help open this up. Open up the spine. Make sure we can really pull up the energy focus. Alright, let's come back. Inhale, flat back coming up. Alright. Our focus is the Bhavana today. So let's get on to our visualization. Rub your face, rub your eyes, connect to your hands. All right, so breathing into your belly, pull up on your pelvic floor, and when you pull in and pull the belly in and up, and the diaphragm up, feel how that comes up into the chin, tucks the chin in, lengthens the spine, that opens up the back of the head, and then focus here on the third eye. So inhale, gather from the pelvic floor, pulling up. Bringing more energy into the pineal gland, helping to release serotonin, release dopamine, release good hormone balance. Smiling. Right off the bat, let's imagine a blue ball. I want to imagine a blue ball right here in the center, if you can imagine through your eyes. Now on this ball, I want you to give life to the ball. I want you to imagine like maybe it's a handball. It's a rubber ball and it's got the little grooves on it. Or maybe it's a marble and it's got maybe some light white colored tints to it. So create your blue ball and imagine it here in the third eye, or in this blackness of space when you close your eyes. So if you close your eyes while we're seated, and we're just going to continue the rest of this video. I'm going to keep my eyes closed, and I want to imagine and keep my focus on that blue ball. Inhale, pull up on the pelvic floor, keep your focus in the mid-third eye, mid-eyebrow, and imagine a blue ball. Maybe you can start to smell it. So as you breathe, you smell that kind of like new ball, kind of like a fresh smell, or maybe it smells like something else, I don't know. So using your imagination, so we're expanding our senses through our third eye, through our mind's eye, right? So when you go into sleep at night, you dream. You ever have a dream where you could feel it and felt like you were there? Well, that's the ability that we have as our sixth sense. And we need to open this melatonin, DMT, third eye, pineal gland. So inhale, imagining, again, focus on that blue ball. Again, it's got texture. Maybe it's bouncing. Maybe you have it in your hand and you're bouncing the ball. You can feel the texture of the ball as it hits your hand. The bounce as it hits the floor. Breathing, again, pulling up on the pelvic floor. Feeling and expanding the hips. Expanding your body as you inhale, expanding your aura along with this image of the blue ball. Alright, now maybe shrink the ball. Shrink the ball into a tiny, maybe it's like the size of a golf ball. Or again, a marble. I like the marble. Let's keep the marble. The marble, and it's got this like white, kind of milky color to the outside of this blue ball. And smile. Notice how it gives you joy. Notice how maybe you kind of feel playful, you feel childlike, you feel youthful. Maybe this brings you back, kind of wrap more idealism, more thoughts around this blue ball. And that's okay that it's bringing idealism, but we're focusing on the blue ball. We're not taking our mind off of it and being distracted into something else. We're focusing on the blue ball. We focus on your pineal gland as you inhale and you're expanding. You're feeling your body expanding, your energy expanding. As we're focusing our mind, we're focusing on the third eye, the pineal gland, the spine, and this blue ball. Maybe that blue ball's in your hand now, so you hold your hand out. I've got that handball in my hand again, the blue ball, it's got that texture, the grooves on it. I can feel it in my fingers. I can feel the grooves. Okay, now that we've got this sense of activating the pineal gland, now I want to again go into the Bhavana. So the Bhavana is again a picture of your future. It's a realization of what you want, what you truly express, what your mind's eye is focused towards. Whatever your mind's eye is focused on is where your attention and energy and chi are going. It's manifesting it, it's attracting it, you're connecting it. Your string theory, law of attraction is based upon what you are focusing on in your mind's eye. When people come to you and they talk to you, and your children talk to you about fantastic, weird things, let them open and expand your mind's eye, because sometimes we get stuck maybe we live alone and our mind, and we just focus on the same repetitive things all the time. So let's focus on mind's eye again. Maybe you still have that blue ball in your mind, but now I want to take you to the future. Think about your future. Think about your current state of being. Maybe just right now in this present moment, you can feel your body, and you're seated into the floor, or you're seated in a chair. Okay, and then take it from here to maybe tomorrow. What is something simple, something completely, not like a huge thing, but maybe like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And just imagine yourself eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and it gives you joy and it gives you happiness. You see how simple that is? It's something so simple, but something playful, something that can easily happen. Whether it happens or not, it's not a big deal, but you're seeing yourself tomorrow in the future. smiling, happy with a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, maybe with someone you love. And you can taste the peanut butter and jelly. You taste the sweetness of the jelly and the kind of like texture of the peanut butter. Maybe it's crunchy, maybe it's and the texture of the bread, the softness of the bread, or maybe it's toasted. The heat, you can smell it. Again, this is just tomorrow, right? This could be tomorrow, this could be the next day, this could be a week from now, this could be a month from now. But notice what I'm doing here. I'm creating a moment that's so simple. It's not, I notice how I'm bringing positive emotions into it. I want to bring happiness and joy, playful. It brings, even knowing that it's a futuristic moment of eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I know that in the future it'll make me happy. It'll bring me feelings of childlike playfulness and safety and fulfilled and taken care of and abundant. But it's something that symbolizes a good health and prosperity. To me, at least. Maybe to you. Maybe it's something else. Maybe you can envision yourself drinking a smoothie or having a drink with a friend, or doing something that you love. So keeping it in a loving state, in this happy state, this joyful state, so that we're vibrating joy, love, happiness. We're connecting to the highest frequencies, enlightenment, exciting, happiness, joy, thankfulness, gratitude for this peanut butter and jelly sandwich or this drink. Smile into your heart. All right, and if you want to take that one step further, you can start adding in a little bit more. Try to stick with the emotion though. The emotion is what we want to bring into the feeling of the future, this bhavana. Again, it's a simple one, but you can start to imagine, maybe you have like a house that you want, or you have a car that you want, or you have a partner that you are looking for, or a certain amount of money, or a financial ability, or financial wealth, or a vacation. Anything like that, you can bring this peanut butter and jelly or this drink and connect it to that now. So it's a good positive emotion that we're bringing into our goals, and we're touching and tapping into our goals, but we're kind of like supporting it with this positive love and attention that we've brought into it. Right? So now we're thinking about our goals. We're not thinking about it in a stressful way. We're thinking about it in a positive, good way. It's coming just like that peanut butter and jelly sandwich, just like that drink that's so easy to get, that I can just walk out the street and go get. I can get my goals. I can make that wallpaper look, the way I want it. I can imagine my car with that, cocoa interior, that peanut butter and jelly interior, whatever it is. So yeah, keep that positive intention, keep that good feeling, childlike, playful nature, playful thoughts, and bring that into your next thing. Now maybe you jumped, maybe you went into like the house, but maybe there's things that happen before the house, right? Maybe before you get the house, you have to be open to meeting someone who's going to introduce you to that house. So now start to build backwards. So once you have your goal in mind, now build backwards and start to come back to the present moment. If you can go from your goal and come back to the present moment with positivity, grace, peace, prosperity, abundance, knowing the universe is abundant and it's going to help us. It's always helping us. It wants us. God wants us to do this as much as anything. We're creating this moment through our mind, and by focusing our mind, we're able to attain that goal much easier. We're able to connect that, create that through our planes of existence. So smile, come back to the present moment, come back to your body, and just, whatever you saw in between, whatever you saw from where you were to now back in the present moment, let that be. Smile into that, breathe into that, breathe into your pelvic floor, relax your pelvic floor for a second, breathe into the ground, into the earth, feel the pelvic floor, the sexual organs, push out of the belly, the large intestine, smiling into the large intestine, a white light, confidence and strength, peace, prosperity, blue, white. Maybe bring that back into the ball. That ball is in your belly, is Now, pull in, pull the diaphragm in, tuck the chin in, feel how that comes up into the crown of the head, lengthens the spine. Imagine that tiny marble, maybe in the center point of your brain, that blue, white of peace, universal, divine nature, divine intelligence, and that blue, flushing, cleansing, clearing, new life, new waters, new kidneys, new energy in your mind's eye, focusing, smiling, and exhale, soften, swallow any saliva, follow that down into your heart, maybe hands on your heart and your chest, hands into your belly. You can smile, imagine that blue ball, maybe it's a bigger ball, it's in, remember, like I said, it's a baseball or a racquetball. But again, blue and white is good for the kidneys. The blue, good for the kidneys, good for that energy, that sexual energy, as well as stimulating earth energy, creative energy. We want to bring that energy up and into the rest of the body. And soften, exhale, relax, let it all go. Hands in front of the heart, much respect. You can bring your hands in front of your third eye, just to close your intention. Smile, open. Exhale, laugh, ha 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 ha. Hopefully, that's okay. All right. Much respect, guys. That's it. That's our Bhavana. That was cool. I'm gonna do that right again. I'm gonna do that with a little bit more focus on. I'm gonna do that as soon as I stop this video. I'm gonna do the same thing again, but I'm gonna focus on my goals a little bit more. I was very general with that, but you can use that same concept. So right after this video, right after I'm done talking, you can just quietly go back in and smile and go back and connect to your goal and think about it for maybe 2 to 3 seconds, because you really want to be able to have control of your mind. It's all about control of your focus. So even after this video, hopefully you don't just go flipping off and be like, oh, whatever he said, hopefully you're like, I really should just try to, stay in the present moment, stay in the focal point. But also, and let me say this one thing, focus on God. Focus on whatever that means to you, your higher power. So know that you are God. God is the creator. God is omnipotent, is within you, and you are creating through. You're just the vessel. So if you're just this empty vessel, God is ultimate power. So you're not resistant, because the only stop that you are God and creator. Whatever you go out and do today, you're creating it. You're creating happiness, or you're creating love, or you're creating hate, or you're creating fear, or you're creating worry, or you're creating anger, or you're creating frustration. Amongst all these emotions, these 5 main emotions, positive and negative, in the body, in the organs, in your frequency, right? So focus on happiness, joy, love, peace, respect, smile. And the more you smile, the more it's just going to be easier and easier and easier for you to do. And the more you breathe fully, the more oxygen you have in your blood cells, the more relaxed your heart is, the less tension you'll have in your muscle, in your heart, in your kidneys, and the more sexual energy you'll have, the more law of attraction and vibration and electricity you're going to have, more magneticity, more magnetism you're going to have as well. So focus on God today. Breathe. Focus on your goal. Go back in. Go tune back in, just like I said after this video, and focus on your true goals. Smile, play. Make a playful scene. Maybe you're on the beach with your loved one and you're just playing. You're having fun. That could be a cool spot. Take a deep breath into it. That was really cool. All right, now I'm gonna go walk and I'm gonna go read and I'm gonna go do what I need to do. Okay, but focus your mind today. Much respect. That's it. Thank you guys for tuning in to Bhavana 1. Tune in for Bhavana 2 tomorrow, and later today for Wrestling 2. My goodness.